Time to shift into our theme today, folks. Mia, an email came in the other day that I found quite intriguing because it's a theme which touches on the age-old situation of the rich man and the hot but financially struggling woman, or in modern parlance, the sugar daddy and the hottie. Now, a sugar daddy, for the uninitiated, is a wealthy guy who, I'll put it in quotes, supports a woman financially while she supports him sexually, okay? And I've been seeing a ton of websites in the media. Everywhere you go, you run into Ashley Madison or sugardaddy.com, right, where a woman can advertise that she's available and willing to serve as a, well, call it what you will, a date, escort, prostitute, or whore, depending on how you define it. Before we get to the email, Mia, what is your view of this phenomenon? Is it normal, healthy relationship, a simple exchange of goods and services, or what?
That phenomenon always existed. You tell me when in history the woman was willing, a young woman, willing to serve a rich man. And if you look all around the planet, that happens very often. It's nothing new. It's a very old thing. When we are struggling for money and survival, woman's willing to do anything. And of course, sex is a necessity. And an older rich man, what he wants. A younger woman, maybe he has a wife at home that, good business-wise and he can talk to. But he needs a younger, hot girl that can give a little passion and the man can release his stress.
Okay,
Because
so
sex is a necessity.
let's talk, before we get into the email or emails, let's talk about some of the positive aspects of a woman agreeing to a relationship with a sugar daddy. What's good about it?
Well, number one, of course, is the money. What are you doing it for if nothing for the money? And the man might be very intelligent. The woman might learn a lot with him. A lot of those things that you hear about, they want a woman sometimes that can talk to them. Because at home, there's nothing but troubles and complaints. So if the woman is a good listener, actually they can be great at it. Because you listen to the man, you give them great sex and passion. And for the woman, you got the financial support, and you might have an older man that might be willing to talk and teach things to you.
Yes.
It's like a father figure. And how many girls nowadays do not have a father?
Oh, boy.
And then you have this man that's like a father figure, but he's giving a little bit, besides being a father to you, he's giving sex and he's supporting you. A lot of them will do it while they're going through school. It's very common.
Right.
So
A lot of college
the
girls go for
positive
that.
side is
The negatives. Let's
you're
go to the
not
negatives.
struggling to a 9 to 7 job. The negative is you might fall in love with the man, and you might want him. You might say, "Wow, that illusion because he's rich. He might not be good looking, but he might supporting you financially. He might be giving something great to you." And you think, wow, it's not so bad. You might want him more than being your lover. And that might be totally unrealistic because most of those guys, they just want to use you for sex.
Sure.
And another thing too, you might be feel used after all. Or you done it for a while and suddenly the guy say, oh, I don't want you anymore because now I find another new, hotter one than you. We get attached to people and you start having sex with them. I don't care if they are old, young, whatever they might be. There's certain things that, especially if you do it for many times, you start exchanging feelings and you start loving the person.
That's right.
Even if they are rapists, how many girls fell for the rapist?
That's right.
You think, how absurd is that? But the moment you start giving yourself for somebody, you might fall for.
Well, what about the men? What's the negative aspect to the sugar daddy?
Well, for the men, that one thing is that in one sense they are betraying their wife, and they know. So they might feel a little guilty, but on the other hand, they like to feel their, power and use woman in that sense. Or it's just in their conscious. When you're using somebody and you're paying for the woman, you know they are doing it for the money. So you never really trust that the woman really loves you.
Yeah.
Even if the woman start falling for you, you're not going to believe it because you know how everything started was just exchange of goods.
Yeah, in the back of your mind, you're always going to have that there, aren't you?
Yeah. Of course, the great thing, they might have great sex, satisfaction, and all that. But on the other hand, if they are searching for love and they might looking for somebody who's innocent and younger, they might also be raping a girl in one sense. That doesn't